if it's true that black people were the first, why is that important? Why is it important?
Why is it important?
Yes.
Look at whites. Why is it important for them to be white?
Why is it important what?
Yeah, to them be white. White privilege, white this, white that, everything. You see, if you don't read black history books, you would think that that whites built civilization, built this, did that, did everything. So when a black person, when a black child grows up in that type of environment, what does it make them feel like? How do they feel? You know, they say that black children are the first to walk, the first to read, the first to talk. They're the first to think about this, that, and the other. And this comes from different scientific books. Okay?
Meaning that a black child is first to talk before a white child or any other child?
Well, I mean, this is what I read.
Did you believe that? So you don't believe that then?
I'm not saying I do, I'm not saying I don't. I haven't tested the children. Could be true, could be false.
So if it's true that blacks were the first on earth, God created the black man first, what happened to black people? Why are they so screwed up? And not all, but most. They're not smart, they don't create, they destroy.
What?
They're even destroying the football team, the NFL. Now, when you just screw up the football,
watch out.
Yeah, when you mess up football, you know you got some issues. Does that change black people in any way to know that they were first on earth? Why are they smart enough to show that they were first? Why are they allowing everybody else to outsmart them and outdo them?
The majority aren't taught anything about that. They don't talk about that in their families. They're the majority, but there are plenty of black folks who know something about their history, and there's some who know a lot about their history.
Well, they may know about the history, but they're not productive people. You don't really see them. They're not building a rocket ship to the moon, or they're not building a nice neighborhood. They destroy neighborhoods. Even when the white man gives them a nice neighborhood, they turn it into a ghetto. Like the fallen Messiah, Obama.
Okay.
They gave Obama a chance, the first black president, to be the president of the greatest country in the world. And what did he do?
Okay.
Turn it into a ghetto. How come if they're so smart and they're the first, why don't they create rather than destroy?
Well, going to another point you were talking about, why don't they create different things? They did create back in the day.
I'm talking about now, like over the last 150 years.
Let me finish my point, okay? Not only did they create things on Earth, but did you know that there are pyramids on Mars?
But we can't live in no pyramid. Are you saying they went up there and created pyramids?
How'd they get there?
How did they get there?
Look, not only are there pyramids on Mars, they have them put out in mathematical maps, and then they have a mountain that was carved with a man's face and looked like he had an Egyptian type garb on. Now, if you are a Martian and you're proud of your people, wouldn't you be making images of your people? Why make one of a humanoid?
Well, how did
we don't make pictures of Martians, so we know that there's a good possibility that the pyramids are from here, and so are the people.
Have you seen them?
I've seen Richard Hoagland, who was part of the space program, was showing them for a while, and then he was shut down. Richard Hoagland's a white fellow.
Oh, he is, and he was trying to prove that black people went to you said
not
the moon?
Prove, but he was showing that
on Mars?
On Mars that there's pyramids and there's a human being's face on Mars.
So if this is true, I still want to know what's wrong with black people now. They don't act like they're the smartest. They don't perform as though they're the smartest or the first.
What are you talking about?
Why are they leading the way in morality and building?
Are you saying the majority now? You're saying the majority.
Right, majority of blacks are screwed up.
Okay.
Well, not all, but most. If they're so smart, why don't they act like it?
Are you know about suppression?
But you can't suppress a smart man, especially if he's the first on earth. That cannot be done. Why is it happening to them if they're the first on earth?
That is not my specialty. I could not tell you why.
But during the study, after this type of study, when you wonder, wow, if this is true, the first man that God made in his image, was first on earth. What's wrong with him now that he's so defeated?
See, this is getting into politics. And
No,
I
this is
don't-
not
you know,
politics. I just
well,
want to understand what happened to their smartness.
I'm a historian and I talk about the history.
Right, so
And
what
I
happened
don't-
to their smartness?
I don't know.
And you don't wonder about that?
Of course.
And you haven't come up with an answer?
No, because that's not my thing.
So you're not writing and discovering in order to answer questions? You're just doing it just to be doing it?
Of course not.
Are you doing it to answer questions?
I'm doing it
Your
to
studies?
educate our people and to let them know what they did. They had a wonderful past, and what they did before, they can do it again.
But if they don't understand what went wrong, how can they do it again? They need to know why they are so low on the totem pole in order to overcome it, and you're not giving that answer.
That's not my area. That's like in a car. One man doesn't build the motor and the seats and the color, and they specialize. And that's what I've done. I specialized.
But information without solutions is no good. So it's not good enough to just have information without solution. Everybody got information.
I've got a solution.
What's that?
To how to get out of this, and that is to educate our children from this tall about our history, so that they are not in that frame of mind that I grew up with, that white is right and black is bad. Big lips, big noses are terrible. What? Then why is it then that the whites jump out with the first piece, not whites, but some white folks want to get tans all the time? Why do they want to look like us if they don't want to be like us? Okay, what did
I don't think they want to look like the blacks. They just want a nice tan. But they don't want to be
nice
that
tan?
black.
Why?
Because you can't see them, the skin too well.
Right, and then they have blacks who like to put Noxzema and different things on their skin to get lighter. So it's both ways. Some want to be white if they're black, and some want to be black if they're white. So.
You mentioned white supremacists. You believe there's such a thing as white supremacy?
What?
Do you believe there's such a thing as white supremacy?
Of course I do.
Where's the proof of it?
What's the proof of it?
Yes.
Now we'll get into politics again.
But this is not politics. This is about dealing with people's lives and stuff.
I don't get into that.
But where's the proof of white supremacy? You made the statement just now. Where's the proof of it?
Yeah, well, open your eyes and look. Look at the world.
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
No.
Well, good. You're happier than I am.
I'm happier than you?
Yes.
And what do you mean by that?
Because I see it every day.
And give me one example of it.
The Klan.
The clans?
The clans. Ku Klux Klan.
But that just was this angry, hateful group of people who are mad. Like Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a black, radical, evil, agitative organization that was founded by a bunch of black lesbians and black homosexuals and radical white social justice warriors. And
Are you against them?
They're worse than the Klan. So
are you against the lesbians and the homosexuals?
I'm against the radical ones. There are some people who are stuck in the lifestyle and they don't want to be there. They just don't know how to overcome. But I'm against the radical ones who are trying to indoctrinate. You support homosexuality?
Any human being can be whatever they want to be.
And so are you saying that homosexuality is all right? It's fine?
As long as they do whatever they want to do and don't harm anyone else.
But they're harming themselves.
Well, it's a matter of opinion.
You think they were created by God to be a homosexual?
Do I think that?
Yes.
I have no idea.
But do you accept it as a norm?
As a norm?
Yes.
Do I accept it?
As a norm or an abnormal lifestyle?
When I grew up, I didn't know anything about homosexuals.
Yeah, me either.
So until I became a teenager.
So do you see it as an abnormal lifestyle or a normal lifestyle? Now that you're an adult man.
Well, it's what they talk. From what I've read in the history books, the Greeks are the ones that introduced that. But
the Greeks?
That's what I've read. I don't know if that's true or not.
Were the Greeks black?
First, everything was black.
Right, so that's what I'm asking. So the Greeks were black and they were homosexuals?
I'm talking about Alexander and those Greeks.
Oh, after the black man.
Yeah. But you know, I'm sure there might have been. I'm sure there were homosexuals before white folks too, because you know we've been around so long. A lot of things have been what do you call it, tried and found that they were not good or whatever. I mean, we've been here for so long. So many different things have been tried and thrown away, and some have been accepted.
And so your only proof of white supremacy is the KKK.
My only proof?
Right. To you. You mentioned the KKK. Is there anything else to prove that white supremacy exists?
Is there anything else? You have to ask someone else that who was better versed on that, who would give you a better intelligent answer.
But why do you believe something when
this
you
is what I talk about right here.
Why do you
I don't
believe
get into
something?
that politics, and you're trying to get me into politics.
No, it's not politics.
Well, I don't
why
want
do you
to
believe
talk about
something that doesn't?
I don't want to
with
talk
no
about
proof?
that. I don't want to talk about that. That's not on my agenda.
Thanks for watching The Fallen State. We need your continued support. Donate to my nonprofit here. Subscribe and like the videos here. And tell everybody and their mama about the show.